at the FIFA World Cup, and their first of 3 games in the group stage against Paraguay on a lovely Friday evening in Southern California is underway. The United States in their new shirts of red and white stripes, that's what Paraguay traditionally wears, so they've switched to the dark blue. And if you look back at World Cup history for the U.S., what you learn is that any time the U.S. wins or even ties their opening game of 3 in the group stage, they always advance to the knockout round. Anytime they lose their opening game, they've always been eliminated. And so even though there are games to come against Australia and Turkey in the next 2 weeks, there is an inordinate amount of importance on this first game against Paraguay, which has seen its first hard tackle in a matter of 30 seconds in. And Mauricio Pochettino understands the significance of getting off to a good start, but that's where it gets tricky against the Paraguay team. They're back in the World Cup for the first time since 2010. They ran the gauntlet of South American qualifying. Gustavo Alfaro, their manager, has said, we re-embrace the Paraguayan DNA, intensity and shutouts. They do not concede many goals. They do not lose many games. They are here to spoil the party tonight. What do we expect in this game?
A lot of competing early on in this match.
Green trying to close in late on Sanabria there off the free kick. Richards beaten to a loose ball. It's going to flash all the way across. Freeze might have gotten a touch. Alceris on the far side hooks it back in. Richards stabs it away.
This is a team in Paraguay that made more tackles than any other team in South American World Cup qualifying. They are going to compete. They will be physical in the match. And I can talk about tactics, and we will get into that as this game goes along. But first and foremost, this game is going to be about competing, setting that tone early. We saw the U.S. make a strong tackle. Chris Richards had to be aware. I think Freeze did get a touch on that at the near post. But they have a lot of set pieces. And here comes a long throw to start.
This is the specialist for that. Coster is the right back. Anthony Robinson heads away. Gets rising high for the second ball. That's brought down by Andres Cubas of the Vancouver Whitecaps. One of 2 MLS players on the field for Paraguay. The other Almiron was the target, but it's not free there yet.
And good pressure there from Balogun up front. I expect as this game settles into a little bit of a rhythm that the U.S. will have more of the possession. Paraguay have no interest. Look, they're going to back up. They play in a very tight block, 4-4-2. They don't want to concede the middle of the field. They want to force the U.S. wide. The U.S. have to make sure that when they have the ball, they take care of the transition moments, but they will have chances.
He's going to go on the other one. Control. Right the goalkeeper, Orlando Hill. And a good early attacking look for the United States.
And Weston McKennie can be the joker tonight. Finding space. He can drift in that number 10 position. That time he finds space wide, flicks it off for Balogun, and just couldn't quite get enough power on the strike. But that's a good early sign. Getting McKennie freed up facing the field. Here he is again.
Just able to keep it, pokes it away, Balogun onside. Serginho Dest. And now he was in fact offside. So that's the semi-automated offside technology that is electronically basically ruling that yes, indeed, there was an offside there before Hansel Streksa and our Dutch referee Danny Montgomery blow the play dead.
Yep, pretty clearly there, just a step offside. Good early link up though so far. And Weston McKennie's a player you heard the studio highlighted. We've been talking so much about when he played deeper, when he played wide, when he plays pretend. We've seen his club soccer over in Juventus in Italy, and when he's a little bit more free and can find the game, he can be very dangerous with his energy.
Very comfortable day. It was quite muggy in the stadium earlier. It's a translucent roof. It basically turns into kind of a greenhouse when the sun is overhead. But the word from Jenny Tapp downstairs is that since we came up to the field and the sun fully set behind us, it's very comfortable. You see Gustavo Alfaro took over as coach of this team about the same time Mauricio Pochettino took over for the United States. And they've thrown their way into this first World Cup in a generation. Tim Reed becoming today the oldest man ever to play at the World Cup for the United States, captaining the team at the age of 38. Chris Richards, beside of the Alabama native, who missed the last World Cup with an injury and was able to be back in practice all week after not playing a game for about a month with an ankle injury.
So interesting stuff. You see one bottom right of your screen, Weston McKennie. He's drifting out wide right. And then that just makes Serginho Dest come inside find the game. I think we're going to see a lot of that from McKennie, trying to be elusive in midfield too. Kudas and Bonilla for Paraguay to try to free him up, get him facing the field, and then more importantly, attracting some defenders. That's the conversation right now with Alvaro, and then Miguel on the right out front of him saying, look, hey, McKennie's going to drift up, you've got to organize a little bit. So they're very aware early on, trying to make sure they get the rest of the Kenny under wraps.
Flying into that tackle. We'll scrub a bodies. Des comes out with the ball. Poked it over the head. Again on the right. Atlanta United with a big tackle there. Anthony Robinson thought about jumping for that and said backs off at the last second on Cáceres. Now Cáceres trying Julio Enciso. Coming off an injury a week ago. Cross in. Richards is there in time. Last out of Cáceres for a U.S. run.
Good clearance, but that's the danger, man, and that's what they're looking for. Really, their offense at times is a two-man game. And Tyler Adams is the man that's tasked with trying to track him, and he was with him until that speed from Enciso gets down the line and gets the cross. He's looking for a strike partner in Sanabria, but another good clearance at that near post from Chris Richards.
Might have been the first time all game Christian Pulisic has touched the ball, and it was very brief. Alonso locks it forward, Reed threw his body in there just in time in front of Sanabria. Into the U.S. goal in transition, Weston McKennie. Morales streaming, Isaac cut inside. Here's Christian Pulisic on the ball now, draws the double team. Splits the double team. Pulisic in the box. Weston McKennie.
This is just a terrific team move from the U.S. Starting all the way back in their own end. And it's a pass from Alex Freeman that leads Weston McKennie in front of him. Allows him to run with the ball now. Look at that pass, takes the midfield out of play. McKennie's got options to his right, opts to cut it back. Get it to your man, Christian Pulisic, who can make things happen. 2v1, no problem. Gets defenders off balance. Sneaks into McKennie. He's trying to cross it over the ball, get in the middle, and it's Bonilla who ends up putting it into his own net. But that is Weston McKennie, and that is Christian Pulisic. We talk about stars making the game for their team. There's your two stars, America, and there's your opening goal.
Third fastest the U.S. has ever scored in their World Cup history. First time in 20 years they benefited from an own goal on a World Cup. And we saw with Mexico, and we saw with Canada, the other way, the approach of scoring first in these games. How does it change things for the U.S. to get that goal, however it came?
It's a little bit of an extra, but what I want to see, and what I expect to see, is this team keep the foot on the gas. Been a really solid start, but yet you've seen Paraguay have a couple of moments in transition. This is a Paraguayan team that is not going to quit for one goal down in 9 minutes. But for the U.S., this is a game I think they're going to need more than one goal. They've controlled it with the ball. They're finding good opportunities to transition forward. So this has been the start that this crowd would have wanted, this team would have wanted, and Mauricio Pochettino would have wanted.
Anthony Robinson for Pulisic. Again for Company against the field. Let's see what Dan Hawkins decides to do. Is he going to go early for a yellow card here as Jose Cáceres draws the yellow, and a dangerous U.S. free kick coming too.
Dangerous position. And you said a couple of minutes ago that Pulisic hasn't really had a touch of the ball, and he hasn't. But it doesn't matter when you get the ball like that if you have the quality that he does just to bring the game to life. So special. Sees Cáceres going to ground, slips it through his legs, little nutmeg here, just glides past defenders. He's so good on the dribble. He's a player that also relies on a lot of confidence, and that's why it's so important. He scored a goal in the lead up to this, but you see a guy that's playing free and is ready for this moment. And now it's going to be a set piece for the U.S. I expect this to be Tillman with an in-swinging ball with the right foot.
Big Tillman, 17. Anthony Robbins at the side of Tillman, the fake. It's Robinson. Dest, quite seem ready for that. Lewis will cycle it around. Freeman, nice little touch to create the space. Hooks it into the middle, body's crouching, popped along in the air. Tillman brings it down on their own, spins it back, or tries to. Falls for Pulisic. No traffic for him, had the attempt blocked. Robinson, first there, U.S. throw. Alex Freeman, one of the players like that freezing goal. It just had a meteoric rise in the last year to be on this field right now. Weston McKennie, early cross. Robinson get it down in the air there with Diego Gomez.
Yeah, great spot by Robinson. One of the questions I had coming in, John, was how aggressive would the U.S. be when they have the ball? Well, the answer is very. They've got Robinson high on the left wing. It's actually turned up.
Pulisic, waiting for support, early cross. And William there now on the red tape, but again, like you
Yes, this is what comes when you have numbers in the attack. Really, they're defending with Reed and Richards, because look how deep now Paraguay are. They said, if you're going to sit back, we're going to play with numbers in the attack. Paraguay cannot get out of their own end. This is excellent counter-pressing, great positions. The U.S. are solid defensively, and more importantly, attacking the ball right now.
Pulisic now. Tillman. And right into traffic. It's going to be a foul though. Bobadilla who met Tillman, and Tillman is shaken up from that one. It's a U.S. free kick.
And Malik Tillman playing in a deeper role than we've been accustomed to seeing him both in club and country, but that last match playing deeper against Germany, like what I saw with his relationship with Tyler Adams, but also when you're playing against a team which is sitting deeper, he has that ability just to jump out of tackles, to create things, to make passes, make things happen. So now all of a sudden you've got Pulisic, Tillman, McKennie, Serginho Dest, all guys that can beat players 1v1, which makes this U.S. team very dangerous in the attacking third.
Pulisic skips away from Gomez, and now Costa's waiting for him, is defending on a yellow against Christian Pulisic.
That should be stopped. That was touched by the referee, yeah.
And it is going to be pulled back now by the referee, Danny Moffale, because the ball touched him. And it led to a change in possession. I think maybe what he's arguing is he was waiting to see what happened there. President of FIFA, Johnny Infantino, it's the president of Paraguay on the left of the shot. It looked like the Secretary of State on the right of the shot. One of the dignitaries here this evening in Los Angeles. Pulisic takes it forward, Costa sends it back out the other way. And Reed there, had to be a little bit careful because he got more of Sanabria than he did the ball. Cristiano Gomez picking up a yellow card as well. So that's two Paraguayan defenders on yellow. Alvaro knocks it down, and Ciso. They're backing off on at least the first on the deck. Well wide, Matt Freeze's goal.
And he felt like he took a touch as he got that shot off. Ended up winning the second ball, trying to get Tyler Adams off balance. He does, creates just a little bit of space. But pretty clear he dragged that wide, and at least on that first look, didn't look like it took any touch off the U.S. Oh, it did actually, maybe the slightest little nick off Tyler Adams' right foot.
Robinson, there's some pressure there. There's good pressure from Diego Gomez, and Paraguay win the throw high up the field. Mauricio Pochettino all the way outside his technical area. Kind of pushes players on for that effort there defensively. Adams knocks it out. You're going on your own, MLS star for Atlanta United. Andres Cubas as well out there, the Vancouver Whitecaps. A long throw from Junior Alonso, headed out by Tyler Adams. Just swinging a miss, trying to clear. On their own, draws the contact. Told to get up by the referee. And Malaga wins a U.S. throw. Quarter hour in, the U.S. up an own goal right now against Paraguay. Jay Tapp down the field. You're right near the U.S. bench. What was the reaction like when they scored so early?
Well, John, I'm so close to the U.S. bench. I actually just had a touch when that ball came out here. I'm that close. This is an interesting vantage point, but as expected, absolute elation from the U.S. team after that goal. I did notice something interesting, some frustration from Tyler Adams following the goal. He came over to Mauricio Pochettino. I wish I could get up and get closer to hear what he had to say, but Mauricio Pochettino, hands on his shoulders.
So it's all for Pochettino puts it back in the middle for a corner.
Just all kinds of movement in front of the back line for Paraguay, causing problems. They don't know who to pick up. You've got McKennie there and Balogun, and he was onside. That touch from McKennie leads to Balogun. Just a heavy first touch from Serginho Dest. Gets away from him and takes the angle too wide. So now you've got defenders coming across. You've got Hill coming across. And then that means that Dest had to look for the pass as opposed to the shot.
Anthony Robinson to take first corner of the game for the U.S. Freeman to the back post, pops it back in. McKennie brings it down. Robinson, great spot! Richards! Oh, come on, defender, it's going to be a foul. And now concern as Richards is down, Alderete is down. And the medical staffs are going to run out here from the respective benches.
Yeah, good recycling of this ball. Comes at the back post, ends up being cleared away by Bobadilla. U.S. on the second ball with McKennie. And now you're recycling at the back post. Can you find space? Richards loves to back up to give himself an opportunity to attack it. He did, but that's a brave header from Alderete. Ends up drawing the foul by getting in front of Chris Richards. He'll be trying to dunk that one at the back post. And this is something to look for. Some of these set pieces, these corners, these free kicks from the U.S. They've been working a lot on this in practice, sometimes going short, just trying to find ways to free up these guys at the back post.
Not yet a full hydration break, but an opportunity for an informal one. And players to come across. Alderete is up on his feet. Chris Richards is still down on the ground. As Richards out of your picture is being helped up to a seated position. Jenny, it's a chance for you to finish your thought before I want to go. Go ahead.
Just very interesting in terms of the body language from Mauricio Pochettino. I mentioned it with Tyler Adams. He was just talking to his captain, Tim Rainier. Obviously positive, but Mauricio all week has been telling me the importance of managing the mental energy of the pressure of this World Cup. He's very calm. He's trying to make sure his players are feeling the same in this game.
And that really encouraging and really helps this team with some of that, of how this team is going to start and how are they going to handle the pressure. Some of these players have been waiting for this moment their entire lives. Safe to say they passed the early test. They're one of the big things in talking to Tyler Adams.
U.S. is defending man wide right now because Richards is on the side. That's why Freeman slid across there to head that ball away.
So we talked to Tyler Adams in practice this week, and one of the things he said, look, we may not be going against Wales in the first half. And let that game slip in the second. They got time in that match. How different the World Cup is. If you win the first game, first you tie or lose it, he feels this team is more mature. We'll see how they handle and manage this game as it goes on.
So it's 10-15. Both Alderete and Richards have not yet been allowed back on. One was his Masaris is a walk-through specialist. Here it comes again. Tillman heading away. Balogun knocks it down. Good connect with Anthony Robinson and then goes flying past and a pump from Masaris. Stabbed backwards by Reed. Tillman slurs away from Diego Gomez. Somehow, Balogun was giving someone a piggyback ride out there for a moment. And it ends up as a U.S. free kick.
I don't think it was a mutual piggyback. Yeah. Doing a good job using his strength just to shield Caceres, who's on a yellow card. We've got Gomez, as you said, on a yellow card. So or we thought was initially, but
so
that was rescinded.
That looks like that was an error that we saw on the World Feed broadcast. It does not appear Gustavo Gomez was shown a yellow, just Cáceres. We've got Richards back out, Alderete back out, full strength, 20 minutes gone.
Look at your picture right now, another variation of a U.S. build-up. So Anthony Robinson's pushed high and wide on the left. Pulisic coming inside. He dropped into a left-back position. Now he's floating. I think all by design for Pochettino to free up his key players, keep them active, hard to mark.
Great flight, McKennie. Did do much with it.
It's another table. So amongst these, U.S. have good possession, we've got good cover defensively. So now he just drifts a little. So he's got a license to run into the back line. That makes Paraguay drop. Now you've got Tyler Adams and Weston McKennie following up the play, trying to get on that ball. Lovely little flick. Just the inventiveness, the freedom in which some of these players are playing within this structure.
Good pressure on Malik Tillman there. And a reminder, we are a minute or two away from the first half hydration break, even though the temperature does not require it. As Malik Tillman is limping out of that play. That has been mandated by FIFA this World Cup. Rather than some games do and some games don't, but some will definitely need it. Every game will have a hydration break in the middle of each half. And the concern right now is Malik Tillman, who is clearly struggling with something out of that prior challenge. So maybe it's good timing for him to have a break coming up and get some treatment. And that'll be one of the themes. How do you go into the break? How do you come out of the break? What sort of tweaks do coaches make? It changes the game. From making it a game of two halves, it's a game of 4 quarters now at this World Cup.
There's never been a tournament in the history of the World Cups.
Pulisic brings it down from Tim Reed. He's got Robinson for support. Saw him late.
The coaches will have as much influence as they will in this tournament. Hydration breaks, all the different opportunities with a 26-man squad, 5 different substitutions. We'll see how, again, Mauricio Pochettino in his first World Cup as a coach handles these moments.
Here's Pulisic. Cáceres on a yellow. Upside down a bit there. They're going to do it for Tillman. Bowing Tillman. It was just enough there by Alonso to shield McKennie off his run, allowing Keel to come collect.
That's good defending by Alonso because he's tucked in tight to his center backs, not allowing that lane to develop there for McKennie to run onto. The little combination has been really good. Tillman getting turned, half turn, finding Balogun playing as a point striker. Something we saw with Raul Jimenez in Mexico yesterday. It's just, look, the striker, they want to score goals, but the modern striker at times is asked to do so much more. Back to goal, laying it off, still being available in the box, but also in the build-up. And Balogun's done a good job of that so far.
It was well done a moment ago as Richards couldn't get the ball out of the air. Ream and Freeman did well to clean that play up there. For Paraguay to get any sort of attacking possession. Appropriately enough, Anthony Robinson on the ball there as George Lucas is being... Well, it wouldn't be George Lucas, would it? Someone looked like him. Being shown on the screen, it was a lookalike. The lead was to the fact that Anthony's nickname was Jedi, but it sounded better in my head. What would be impressive here. Here's Pulisic now, Cáceres overhits the cross. And that will be the end of the first quarter of this game, such as it is. This hydration break is powered by Powerade. It comes midway through the first half with the United States enjoying a 1-0 lead over Paraguay, courtesy of the own goal, 7 minutes in here in Los Angeles.
What makes soccer the most searched sport in the world? Maybe it's because you only need a ball. Maybe it's because it gives us a reason to believe.
Look at me. I believe you can do this, all right?
ourselves. So happy with that.
So who's in a part of it? And we saw the U.S. in both of the warm-up games kind of struggle. They lost their edge coming out of the hydration break. How do they keep that from that? As we play your first one, Alex going to keep it around us. Let's see it. Melissa driving in now. In for Tower. Great first touch. Still on. So that must have been very tight indeed.
Well, I wondered if Pulisic was maybe offside on this first one. Yes, that was the one. I don't know if it was the one on Balogun. That one might have been offside as well. And this is the part of this offside technology, and you want to let plays develop. Was Balogun offside or on? I actually think he might have been offside. It was a nice finish at the back post, but either way, the question you had started to ask me was, how did the U.S. keep on the momentum? That's what you do right there. Pick up where you left off. Crisp passes, good movement off the ball. The crowd cheering the decision, but it is the right one.
Just couldn't get there, although McKenny pumps it forward. Well, contact there. That was Gustavo Gomez and Flo Balogun getting tied up. And again, when there's that delay in the call, that is actually the system working. The on-field officials are told to wait, not necessarily raise the flag immediately, as Alex Freeman has taken a kick.
I wonder if we might see this game start to flare up a little bit the way it did back in November. These two teams met in a friendly. The US end up winning that 2-1. Freeman was a player that was involved in that scuffle, I suppose we could call it. Certainly a version of a fight. Yes, a bench bringing ball. But that was something else who said, even in that moment, was a good sign for this team that they were together and battling.
Reed, Robinson, couldn't hold it off for Pulisic. It was Alex Freeman and Gustavo Gomez right at the end of the game, and they ended up basically wrestling for a ball that was out of play, and it sparked the benches clearing. And Omar Alderete was on the field today. He wasn't even in that game, and he started roughing up Freeman in that fracas, and he was shown a red card from the bench, essentially. That was how the last meeting between these teams ended in November in Philadelphia. 2-1 U.S. win. And you can be sure it will be a theme. Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey, they all feel that they can physically intimidate this U.S. team, and they're going to attempt to do so. Great ball, Robinson from Pulisic on the run. Pulisic trying to cut it back.
This is the version of Christian Pulisic that everybody knows is there, and even better. Just so lively down the left-hand side. So positive in his running. He sees that his defender is tucked in tight in Cáceres, so he runs in behind, finds the space, but gets his head up, and just lays a beauty of a ball. The way the pass allowed Balogun to take it first time. Excellent position and focus to open up here, and look where the goalkeeper is and find that far post. Talks so much about Phil Balogun and his hold-up play, but still for a striker, you're judged in those moments, and Balogun delivers for the United States.
Following Balogun, one of the key additions to this U.S. team. He was born in Brooklyn. He was raised in England. His parents are from Nigeria. All three of those national teams wanted him, and he couldn't play for all three of those countries. He chose to play for the United States. Tillman puts it over the top for Weston McKennie early in, doesn't contest, and hooked away. And in no small part because of a concerted recruiting process by a lot of U.S. fans via social media a couple of years ago. And now can the U.S. not settle? Can they keep the foot on the gas?
John, I'm looking around this beautiful stadium, just covered in red, white, and blue. And almost everybody standing. And they have been brought to their feet by the performance they have seen on this field. I think there was some question marks. How would this team be received? The home World Cup, what's the power and the magic of a home World Cup? Well, we're seeing it. But you're seeing a team that is inspiring those fans. It's early days, but this is what this fan base would have wanted to see. A team that's attacking, that's dynamic, that's scoring goals, and passing the early tests in this World Cup.
Okay, popping up on the left this time. Gustavo Gomez able to hook it away. U.S. throw. Pulisic able to escape the pressure.
And really, Paraguay having a lot of problems in the middle of the field, which, as I set up the game, it was about Paraguay taking away the middle. They tried to be very compact. But what the U.S. have done is very smart. They've overloaded it with Pulisic coming inside, McKennie playing with freedom.
Robinson, some Tillman, a little bit off balance there. Cáceres tangled his legs. Pulisic tackles it away. Tillman picks it up with a pump fake. Tillman, trying to find Balogun. On the run first there, the loose ball. When he runs into his own player, is able to escape the immediate pressure. Richards knocks it away. Des picks it up from all around. Jorginho down, stops in the play for a trick up, flipping an advantage. Is an advantage. Balogun. Anthony Robinson. Slows down there, but he's going to set it up for Christian Pulisic, who's created both goals here tonight. Working on Castle's goal, they come back into the middle, ball again! And he's just skipping off the top of his head. Dash to recycle for Freeman. And then be able to find McKennie's around the box. Dest hooks it in. Looking for a shove to try to create space. Freeman is trying to steer it back to Dest. He's able to control that off the chest.
With the left foot and nice screen out to Pulisic. He's attracting two defenders every time. Here comes a pressure tackle.
This is day 2 of the World Cup. Tomorrow is when it starts to really get going. It's our first 4-game day, including a triple header here on Fox. Qatar or Switzerland starts it off. We will be in New Jersey. Yes, you heard that right. We will be in New Jersey to watch the five-time champions Brazil take on the darling to the last World Cup, Morocco. Then Haiti back in the World Cup for the first time in a half-century. Scotland back in the World Cup for the first time in a quarter-century. Coverage starts at 2 p.m. Eastern and 11 a.m. Pacific here on Fox. It's going to be a wild atmosphere in New Jersey tomorrow as Brazil take on Morocco. Two teams who, in the case of Brazil, their history, in the case of Morocco, their recent form in the last couple of years, expect and hope to be in New Jersey for the final in July. McKennie on the deck, stacked away, only as far as 9-10 blocks. That'll spin behind for U.S. point.
Here's that running, the President's Virginia Dest. This is what Pulisic's doing on the opposite side. He drops down, that brings his defender Alonso with him. McKennie sees the space, he runs beyond the back line, and now, again, just head up, first time ball into the box, looking for Tillman. Shot comes off with a deflection and a U.S. corner. And something I mentioned before, just look for, sometimes they'll play it short, they look for the top of the box where Anthony Robinson scored that wonder goal against Germany. But set pieces are clearly an area the U.S. field that could try to find an advantage. Stacking at the back post right now.
Malik Tillman, who was shaken up a couple minutes ago, just before the hydration break, looks to be fine. Swings in the corner. Richards!
So this time everybody's at the back post. They create a lead. He drags a defender with him. Then Richards just beats his man to the ball right around the penalty spot. I think that one was intended for Ream overhead, and boy, that was just past the post of here. Chris Richards attacks the ball so well in those situations.
Richards not letting Sanabria get anywhere near that ball, and Dest hits it in the head, back of the head, and he's shaking it. You heard the ooh from the fans here who saw that. And Danny Monte, the referee, will check on Dest. It really is. I mean, it's Los Angeles. You would expect nothing less. But the amount of celebrities who are here to watch the United States, the amount of fans that are here in this building, the place is completely full. It is the promise of everything we've been hoping for years. And as Mauricio Pochettino talked to us about when we went down to training camp Tuesday, is there's pressure that comes with it. You don't want to let the country down. You don't want to let your family down. You don't want to mess up this opportunity. They've been trying so hard, the coaching staff, to remind these players, just do what you always do. Remember who you were as a kid when you fell in love with the sport. Go and do that Friday night. That's what we've seen through 38 and a half minutes. Just going to hit that pass on their own, allowed to intercept. Paraguay navigate this last stretch here before the half. This is absolutely not how they thought this was going to go. Drawing 2 goals in the first half. And Freeze clips it long. What sort of resilience can they show? What sort of fight can they show?
And Matt Freeze was barely out of touch. I think he had his only real touch of the game was 2 minutes in when Paraguay had that chance down on the left-hand side. He has to kind of just tip it to the back post, be alert. But it's a nice position to be in as a goalkeeper when you're not having to make a lot of saves in games, and you can just feel your way, and especially for a guy like him who's making his World Cup debut.
Let's get pulled back for a foul. Flo Balogun's down in pain. Holding his right leg, he's still down on the ground.
I think he just ends up, Pumas ends up standing on his heel.
There's Des now. Des trying to get around the corner. That's what he does. And Keelan had to be a little ready for that one.
He was almost guessing that time, trying to anticipate the cross, which ended up running. I think he left his near post exposed. Great move from Serginho Des. He's been lively down this right, just again, the guy that can beat players off the dribble. If you have guys like that, it can unbalance an opponent.
5 minutes plus stoppage time to go in the half, and the Visa halftime show coming up on Fox at the break. Rebecca, Thierry's, Latan, and Alexi down to our left in the main concourse with their thoughts on what we have seen. Goal for the U.S. created for a Pulisic cross in the 7th minute. Pulisic giving the assist on the goal to Flo Balogun at the half-hour mark. Christian Pulisic's 21st career assist, tied now for 4th most in U.S. history with Clint Dempsey, our teammate, for the next month and a half. And Pulisic there is going to commit that foul.
Now, this one doesn't go his way, doesn't get the ball, gets a foul, but just the main thing I notice right now from Christian Pulisic is his confidence, even when he's got 2 defenders coming his way to close him down, not dumping the ball back and just recycling it. He says, give me the ball, faces up his defender, gets him on the back foot. That's contagious, and that's how the goals have opened up because of his positivity, his relentless running, and just, that's confidence. That's just pure confidence and trust in his ability.
That was a big question for a lot of these guys. What sort of confidence would they have coming in? What sort of momentum would they have coming in? As a team, it looked like they maybe lost some of the momentum in March. Christian Pulisic, more than anyone else, it seemed like didn't have much confidence this spring. A career-long goal drought that was ended against Senegal. And one of the things he said there was, I actually thought they're playing pretty good this spring. It's just that all he wants to focus on is goals. Leo and Cecil now. It's a great tackle by Freeman. Green is there. It deflects, but it's going to fall for Pulisic, and he runs right to the trap, but he's able to keep it. Now here's Guest. Big tackle there by Alex Freeman. The level moves Serginho Des. Options for him. That's one for the carry. Gets it back in the trap. 6-6 player. He's up big and keep the U.S. from grabbing a third. Freeman had to get that round in and third and Cecil. Alex Freeman now trying to dance his way in the box. McKinney's offside, can't be involved in the play. Really, really good work. And the youngest man on this U.S. team, 21-year-old Alex Freeman.
Fun stuff, isn't it? Just feels like freestyle in moments, in these transitions where the U.S. pick up the ball. And the biggest compliment I can give them is the fact that every time they get an open space, this crowd comes to its feet, they expect something. Step overs, runs off the ball, 1-2s. It's really fun, it's unpredictable. And it's the best this attack has looked in a long, long time.
Pulisic just toying with Costers, hands it off to Anthony Robinson. Tillman had Robinson running through, turned the other way, and now he's in trouble. And the referee just going to let that go both ways. Adams gets nutmegged with the pass. Richards quickly up the field.
Really smart foul. On the attacking player to make sure he stopped that counterattack, and did so even without picking up a yellow card.
But that was very intentional, as you said, from Chris Williams.
Yes.
He saw that ball and he made a 20-yard sprint.
And
It's clear backwards, Reed slips it from his knees, heads into Chris Richards, who returns the pass. When it's your mouth, it's your mouth.
This is immaculate. Maybe teasing the fact that we've seen a couple of players falling and losing their footing. Couple for Paraguay. 5 added minutes.
And yet we'll have a lot of stoppage time in these games because you're taking a 3-minute break. So the starting point is 3 added minutes at the end of each half. James Gordon, the After Hours crew on Fox a nightly recap of World Cup action. Kylian Mbappe will be one of the special guests tonight. That's on Fox at midnight local time. Robinson, too far for Bellingham. Robinson, a guy that had a year and a half of injury nightmare at one point in the fall. He and the coaching staff weren't sure he'd be at this World Cup. He's flying around. Des had 2 years worth of
Team USA!
He's flying around.
His country.
Cersei Dell looks like he was struggling in AC Milan as much as he didn't think so. He's been flying around. It's a great slide play there to win that ball in the middle. That was Diego Gomez. And that'll be a Paraguay throw. 1 minute gone to 5. It will be, in fact, a free kick, actually.
Yeah, and I think because it's a free kick, they're going to use this as a chance to put the first pressure for on the U.S. score, potentially. So, might not seem like a big moment, but this is now everybody up from Paraguay. And then the center backs. And Freeze going to be his first goal in the game for allowing this pass.
Yo, y'all need a book. Come on.
There's a togetherness to that. There's no option at the top of the box for McKenny. Maybe in that moment, just start taking out the ball. This running off the ball has just caused so many problems for the Paraguay defense.
Once more, Freeman once more. McKinney was there to utilize a corner section there. Richards wins the header. Adams was not the Jets trying to control off the chest. Couldn't get through the traffic improvements there.
Let's go! Whoa! Hey! USA! USA!
Presented by Visa.
Vamos! USA! 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 USA, baby! Come on! It's the news, it's the news! Let's go! USA! 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 Go!
Be smart, but don't settle. Don't settle. Keep the foot on the gas.
It's really I do whatever they want all the time. You need to control this.
I don't think that's a good idea.
5 minutes. Going down the field. About 3. You had 1.
And I'll say what's important to you is important to us.
God, I don't know. This world just came out of nowhere.
And right now, what's important to Blake is not getting in trouble with his dad. The good news is if you have accident forgiveness from Allstate, your auto rate won't go up just because of an accident. Even if it is your fault. Sorry, squirrel's fault. Because we all deserve a second chance. Right, Dad?
No.
If it's important to you,
Right here, baby.
Start here for Adams.
We love rooters. We love rooters.
Voltaire now with relief. And Tom's looking to counter-attack. He's
Let's fucking go! Let's go! USA! Bravo!
Sono Sunday Dome, nel campo inglese. I know
There's dreaming about it, and then there's living with Platinum. Get access to the largest global workout lounge network, dining benefits at over 10,000 U.S. Resi restaurants, and exclusive access to unique experiences worldwide that stay with you long after the encore. There's nothing like Platinum. Amex is a proud partner of Olivia Rodrigo.
Like a relentless bleed, moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms can keep coming back.
Break away to what's possible with Tripwire.
The only AD15 blocker for Crohn's and UC to offer self-administration from the start.
Tripwire can help with symptom relief as early as 4 weeks, remission at 12 weeks, 1 year, and 2 years.
Some have visible repair of their intestinal lining. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to function, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Break away with Tripwire.
Backed by over 15 years of clinical research. Ask your doctor about Tripwire today.
How did we do it? Back in the early days. How did they make it through yet another day? Just existing. How did they listen to us without constant? I know the resurrection is the same as something else and never in lives. How do you see what you are? What you are? How do you are? I don't understand time.
Actually, I didn't tell this to you. Actually, a guy comes up to me like, you can't, like, over the 5 miles out, like, what's wrong? It was great. My story on the card.
This country has been waiting for its US3 Paraguay Build-Up on the field. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Thierry Henry, and Alex Zlatan. What impressed you so much that first half?
I mean, they played with a lot of confidence. Every player did a top performance, and that's why it's 3-0. The important thing now, after the second half, like it would be 0-0. Not get too overconfident. Keep the rhythm, keep the intensity, and just score more goals.
You have to up that reason, you have to come around and try out the way you've been playing. Like Alexis said, what's impressive is how they play. As a team, the intensity, the passion and everything that they were doing, how they were going forward, how they were defending together. It is just outstanding what they've been doing. But be careful, don't give us too much. Let's see how they find the doesn't look like there's any changes out there, so we're supposed to team is going to continue to do what needs to be done to the players, but you know, at some point you also have depth, so you want to be smart.
To be fair, Alexis said there's a lot about fun so far this has been.
Alexis is enjoying it.
Very fun. There are some changes for Paraguay. I want to take you back to our commentary team. Stu Hogan, alongside Joey Storm.
Well, that gets interesting. So Christian Pulisic is going to be withdrawn at the half here. Sebastian Berhalter will make his World Cup debut and become the second son of a former U.S. player to take the field in the World Cup. He's got a great, not just a former coach, but a former player at 2 World Cups.
He's in, Mario! He's in!
Substitution for Paraguay. Paraguay as well. Fernando Diaz is off. Mauricio, the Brazilian-born naturalized Paraguayan, is on. Second half underway here in Los Angeles. Exactly as Laton and Thierry and Alessi have been talking about. You know Paraguay just spent the last 15 minutes in that locker room yelling and screaming at each other, wanting to come out and either make this a game or make it a fist fight. How did the U.S. approach maybe the beginning of the second half?
Yeah, the term that they're using in the studio, act like it's 0-0. What that means on the field is compete, get stuck in like you did at the beginning of the game, don't drop your intensity, go for another goal. Just don't relax and let off, because that performance we saw was because of the pressure that the U.S. were putting on. All the movement off the ball. But because they were being brave. And that bravery was rewarded. Now, the other part which we'll get to as we go along, I'm not going to speculate on Christian Wilson until we get more information, but look at the tone at halftime after playing a half like that. There isn't something going on. As they're attacking themselves, you make it Brazil, you star player, who's just starting in the World Cup with this team. So let's see as we go.
This is time for just speaking with the U.S. coach and setting the times.
takes the ball away from him. Euro walks away.
Puto!
Just force Mauricio back, but then Mauricio goes to ground. Just overly aggressive in his tackle in this pursuit.
off the chest. It's going to be really low there for David Cole. Look at that practice. Set forward for Paraguay. He will first here. Scored against the U.S. He was in the it was a little telling. He took a little block in the first half as well. As you can see on the screen, they've got 3 remaining substitutions that they can use in the front. That you now get these days in the World Cup games. And it's the other part of the consideration for the other part of the turnaround, not just today, but he was in the yellow card next Friday against Australia. He's now suspended for the opportunity against England. Because he got in front of his defender right on the 6-yard box, just trying to ball to be played across instead of trying to play back to break out the work for Burlington. games ever since we've had this tournament. The U.S. just slipping this around. Just keeping this ball tip. It's been a wonderful for this U.S. team. How they get that good stuff on your kind of guys. The FIFA World Cup is back, America. You know who always wins?
Did you know salsa was invented when Puerto Ricans took Cuban rhythms to New York? Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was born when the Japanese took judo to Brazil. When North African flying traditions met Spanish skiing, Spain made the churro. After Jamaicans took their salsa to the UK, the world got home. And this is what the world gets when 48 nations meet to play one beautiful game.
Frustrated.
More goals, more celebrations. Who is left?
Let's go! Let's go! Come on! Come on! Let's go, boys. Come on. Let's go! Let's go! It was a while ago. It was the last one. Where is the D? Let's go! Again, go! Do him again! Hold it. Yeah. Milo drinks like a fish. Oh, well done. Yeah, keep moving the rock. Move the rock. Good playing, boys. Come on. Oh, fucker, I was stuck with you. We gotta be on the good side. Every fucking game. Every time. Who is? Yeah! Yellow!
492 in attendance here in Los Angeles on opening night of the World Cup for the U.S.
dedication, and work rate. That's it from D-Ball. That's it. Just getting behind him. I have to keep that emotional intensity here. Scored when left back.
Set it up!
Right down to the very end. Physical.
Let's go!
Make a save tonight. He's had a couple good takes, but I'm sure he would appreciate to get a save in and just continue to build his confidence. So he's going to
Here we go! Here we go! Here we go! One more! Let's go! Let's go! Come on, boys, come on. Trent back here! I mean, we just wanted him to be out of bounds, huh? Press! Press him! Go USA! Step up! Step up! Come on, Kyler. Hey, that's so tough. Way to try. You can't do that. You can't do that. He can't put his ass in. Come on. Oh yeah. Send it up.
as teenagers into this team. Just came in the last World Cup. That was a goal that we are the best. This is a great kid. They were kids at the top. Very coach now. And that experience, as he said, is making the same mistake twice. If you talk to understanding how important U.S. is a matter of minutes away from doing just that.
Move the rock! Move the rock! Move it! Move it!
See this further back in the
Let's go! We got this! USA! 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 He's killed him! That's the
This was kind of a lead up to what ended up being number 4 Paraguay.
Get in there! Make the fucking ball! Make it full! Yeah! Let's go!
Let's see. He'll come up with the end of this.
That's 5 players for that are facing a possible suspension for accumulation of yellow cards. And as it stands, they're behind the 8 ball event. And it will be tomorrow night, late tomorrow night, Australia and Turkey, and their 2 teams in the street, facing off in Vancouver. England John Pickup, Christian Pulisic, whatever the reason for it, we'll back in first game generation, Argentina.
Keep me on the ground!
Don't give a piss about the red, white, and blue.
Just a brief moment to say for everybody that's come into this country from around the world and all this World Cup, we're so thrilled to be here.
Let's go!
We're so excited to see all of you over the next month and a half.
Aleluya, papi!
Here we go, right here.
The opportunity for the United States
Let's go!
Oh, he's trying to fucking sneak in. Oh, damn! Big switch! Yeah.
Beautiful game for the fellas. Come on, boys. I believe in it. I believe in it. Oh, God. I believe in it. Oh, God.
One more! USA! 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 USA!
Right here. Oh, man. Come on. Toss it in. Let's get one more.
One more goal! 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 One more goal!
Let's go, Robinson.
Yeah! Let's go! Let's go! Oh, what did happen?
Right here. Keep on the shoot.
I believe that we will win. 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 I
Okay, just start singing.
USA! USA! Come on, man! Come on, USA! More! USA, baby! Tell them. Go, USA! Let's go, USA!
Bank of America.
What's up? USA, baby. USA!
Team USA!
My big hugs. This is so relaxing.
Pretty good. Didn't mind it. I didn't mind it. I got a little bit of beer on the screen. Hey, it wouldn't have been so bad if you took the lens off. I was just thinking about it. Just put my bag under here. This is all my stuff. This is where I thought. God, shit, my bag is soaked. This is.
With an assist.
Yeah. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you there. Oh, yeah. They're like,